Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's a little gloomy, and that's because it's about to get dark. The time right now is around 3:36 and it's already starting to get dark. Okay, so I don't know if you know already, but coming to the UK, before you come in, you have to book your day 2 test. That's if you're fully vaccinated. But if you're not vaccinated, you have to book your day 2 and day 8, and then quarantine for 10 days. And only on the 10th day can you go out if you have your results come back negative. But for me, I'm fully vaccinated, so I ordered 2 kits, one for me and one for my 5-year-old. So this test arrived before we got here because you have to fill it in your passenger locator form, the whole process. I don't want to have to bore you with the details, but this test already came through, and this one I already started opening. So this is the one of the tests, and this is how it comes in. To show you what's inside, there's some instructions, another package to mail it with your test kit, and all of that will be inside the box. So, all right, so I'm just going to have to take this test and mail it. So yes, we're still at my husband's cousin's place. This is where we are going to be staying for a while until, you know, we get ourselves sorted and all of that. So time to take this dreaded test and get on with my life. So I'll keep you guys posted and watch out for the next vlog. About to go for an evening walk. Oh no, this could not be here. Dun. Say hello. We want to go. I believe one of the best advice we got when we came into the country was to go on these walks, and it really helped us acclimatize very well to the weather. As soon as we were able to, after our test results came out, we decided to start going on these walks just to get more comfortable with the weather and, you know, just acclimatize ourselves, because the Durban weather where we're coming from hardly gets this cold, if at all. And, you know, it was just a good exercise for our bodies and all of that. So this was just us walking around in Stoke, around my husband's cousin's neighborhood. It was a very nice area. Money is good. Money is good. This is the kind of place where you want to retire. So we're told that there was a field nearby, and we're just trying to navigate our way there. So the boys and my husband and I decided to take these walks and just try to find this field. Maybe the children can run around. You know, they really love going to the parks. If you have been following our vlogs from South Africa, you know that the boys love to go to the park. So we just decided to look for this field, and guess what? This field was not just any kind of field. But before we got there, we passed by this bridge, which was very beautiful, and it just reminded me of the song London Bridges. If you know the song, London Bridges Falling Down is the title of the song, and it just reminded me of that song that we used to sing our nursery rhymes and all of that. So yeah, we took our time to, you know, just enjoy the view. The boys loved to see the lake or the bridge. I believe this is a bridge. I don't know if you can see properly, but the water was almost freezing. That's to tell you how cold the weather was. It was freezing. There was someone playing football, one of the small fields beside us, and my son was distracted by that. But it didn't even occur to me that we are approaching a very serious territory. I just looked around, and I'm like, this place is looking like an official kind of private property kind of place. But we just kept walking because it looked quiet, and we just continued. But then my eye caught something, and I saw Stoke City FC changing room. This cannot, when I finally realized that this is Stoke City football playing field. Like, this is their football club. This is where they rehearse. Just reminded me of the times when I would sit down at the TV with my dad and then we would watch the Premier Leagues. I'm like, this is their official. I mean, it was actually quite mind-blowing. But at some point, I felt like I was encroaching on private property, so we decided to turn around and go back home before they called the police on us.
God no be here. What's that temperature? That was cold. It was cold.
Okay, so the next day we decided to go on a road trip to Middlesbrough to pick up our BRP. This is a very crucial part of our moving to the UK, because once you pick up your BRP, you never even land. So we stopped by the gas station to fill up the car, and then we set out on the road. So my husband's cousin drove us from Stoke to Middlesbrough, which was a very big deal for us. So amidst all of the gist and the orientation that was going on, before we knew it, we found ourselves in Middlesbrough in about 3 hours plus, and we just decided to go straight to the post office, which was located in a very weird location. I'll explain later. So we eventually got to Middlesbrough, and just seeing all of these places that I've always looked at on Google Earth, it was quite a big deal for me. I felt like I was in a dream at some points, because all these places that I was just seeing on Google Earth, I'm actually seeing in real life, like the High Street Shopping Center and all of that, the Teesside University, the landmarks that I used to see on Google Earth. And I was seeing everything like real time. It was actually quite mind-blowing. So eventually we just find our way to the post office, which was located in a bookstore, which was now at the ground floor. You see videos of clips of that as we go on. So we were directed there by very willing to help citizens, which was actually quite shocking for me, because where I'm used to, people had to go out of their way to show you the way and all of that. So as soon as we got down from the car, we made sure that the boys were properly covered up, stretched their legs, and then we found our way to the post office.
It is BRP collection day. So boys, let's go get this BRP.
Office was located in a bookstore, and it was on the ground floor. So we found our way there, and as soon as you get there, you'll be asked to present the letter that was sent with your visa, with your passport when you got your visa, and that with your passport is what you will be required to submit. And then once we did that, the lady went in, got our envelopes containing our BRP, and we were also asked to take off our masks so that we can verify that we are who we say we are. And then once that was done, we were given our receipts for collection, which we also kept, and we were also told to keep the BRP's cards at home and just make copies of them front and back and carry it around, or just have pictures of the front and the back on your phone and carry it around. And this is just to make sure that you do not lose your card. As soon as we collected our BRP cards, you can now stand in the country with your 2 feet on the ground, because you know that you have your visa with you. Okay, let me explain from the beginning. When you get your visa, you get a 3-month Vignet, which is like a 3-month period for you to get into the country and then pick up your BRP card. Your BRP card just stands for your biometric residence permit card, and that is where you have your visa printed, your start date and the ending date. So in other words, this card is a very important number, because without this card, you basically cannot do anything in this country. You need this card with the unique number that comes with it on the top right corner, to apply for your NI number, to apply for housing, to rent an apartment, to open an account. You basically need this number for every single thing. To get a job, you need it for everything. So yes, that was the first point of call, like for us, as soon as we got in, or as soon as we were able to move around. So after we left Middlesbrough, we decided to check out Newcastle. But yes, we got to explore Newcastle a bit. We took a ride on some of the bridges. We got to see Newcastle University, also Northumberland University, and check out some, nice, beautiful places there. We got to see the CH building as well. I forgot to capture that on my phone at some point. But yes, Newcastle holds a very special place in my heart, and I'll explain that later. But yes, this is as far as this vlog goes. Subsequently, in other videos, I will explain where we eventually settled down, why we were looking into Newcastle. Alright, so before I sign out, I just wanted to say, if you have watched this video to this point and you have not yet subscribed, why? Please click on that subscribe button. Remember to join the family. It's completely free. I'll be documenting my journey here in the UK a lot more, so you guys will get to see how we're settling down and how the process can be easy for you as well. So please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye, guys.
Fantastic.